All right, number two. Number two is requiring us to multiply. How do we know that we're going to multiply? Well, they're telling us that something is going to be repeating. They're telling us that the number $2 or that $2.47 is going to be repeating. How do I know it's telling me that it's repeating? $2.47 per gallon, meaning every single gallon that I use in my trip from Gainesville, Georgia to Valdosta, Georgia will cost me $2.47. Okay, so anytime something's repeating, that means we're going to be multiplying. All right, so we're going to take the amount of gallons that we discovered in number one was 10 to 78 and multiply that with $2.47. All right, so the strategy that we always talk about, and that's what I'm going to apply our partial product strategy here. Okay, so first thing that we want to do, identify how many place values after the decimal in both of our factors. In 10 and 7800s, we have 2 digits after the decimal, or 2 place values. And in 2 and 4700s, we also have 2 digits or 2 place values after our decimal. We want to add those up. 2 plus 2 gives us 4, letting us know that our product or our answer will have 4 place values after the decimal, or 4 digits after the decimal. Okay, so now for our strategy, we're going to use the partial product strategy. And in the partial product strategy, after we count our decimal places, we can essentially ignore the decimal until the end. We can treat both numbers as if they were whole numbers. So we have 1,078, and we're going to multiply that by 7. Because the 7, we're going to treat the 7 as if it's in the ones place. And then we'll do 1,078 times 40. Because we're going to treat the 4 as if it's in the tens place. And then we'll do 1,078 times 200, because we're treating the 2 as if it's in the hundreds place. All right, so we're going to get started with 7 times 8, which is 56. Put my 6, regroup my 5. All right, let me grab another color here so you can kind of see everything that I'm doing. So we said 7 times 8 was 56. I'm going to put my 6, and I'm going to regroup my 5 there. Then we're done with the 8. Now we're going to do 7 times 7, which is 49, plus the 5 that I regrouped gives us 54. So I'm going to put my 4, regroup another 5. And now we're going to do 7 times 0, because that's next, which is 0. Add the 5 that we regrouped, and that gives us 5. I'm done with the 0. Now we'll do 7 times 1, which is 7. All right, we're going to leave that as it is until we are ready to come back to it at the end. Now we're going to do 1,078 times 40. The reason why we say this is a strategy is because it makes it so that you as a student, you don't have to remember to add your placeholders before you multiply with each digit using the standard algorithm here. All right, so what I mean is we can just bring the 0 down. So bring down the 0. All right, and now we're going to multiply with the 4. And we're going to start off with 4 times 8, which is 32. Put your 2, regroup your 3. We're done with the 8. Now we'll do 4 times 7, which is 28, plus 3, which is 31. So then you'll put the 1, and then regroup the 3 above the 0. And we're done with the 7. Now we'll do 4 times 0, which is 0, plus 3, gives us 3. We're done with the 0 now. And then we'll do 4 times 1, which is 4. All right. So then we'll leave that one as it is until we're ready to come back to it at the end. The same thing that we did with the 4, we're going to do with the 2. Except now we have 2 zeros to bring down. And then we'll start multiplying. 2 times 8, which is 16. Put your 6, regroup your 1. We're done with the 8. Now we'll do 2 times 7, which is 14. Plus the 1 we regroup, which gives us 15. Put my 5, regroup my 1. I'm done with the 7. Now we'll do 2 times 0, which is 0, plus 1, gives us 1. And we're done with the 0. And then we'll do 2 times 1, which is 2. All right. So all of these answers or products that we came up with, we refer to them as partial products. And what we're going to do with our partial products now is we're going to come over here and we're just going to add them. All right. So we're going to take 215,600, add that one first, and then 43,120, add that next, and then 7,546, add that into the equation last, and we're going to add our partial products. 0 plus 0 plus 6 gives us 6. 0 plus 2 plus 4 gives us 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 5 is 12. So we're going to put the 2, regroup the 1. We're going to add 1 plus 5, which is 6. Plus 3, which is 9. Plus 7, which is 16. I'm going to put my 6. Regroup my 1. We're done with that one. So we're going to do 1 plus 1, which is 2. Plus 4, which gives us 6. And then we have 2, and we don't have anything to add with the 2, so we'll just bring that 2 down. All right. Now, back to when we counted our place values after the decimal earlier. We said this lets us know how many place values we need to have in our product after the decimal. All right. So this is telling us that we need to have 4 digits or 4 place values after the decimal in our answer. So we're going to start at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, the only issue here is we're talking about money. And we know when we talk about money, we don't use all of these place values after the decimal. So we need to round this number. Since we're talking about money, the last place value that we use is the hundredths. So we're going to round to the nearest cent. So you will be the hundredths place since we're rounded to the nearest hundredths. And as we stated in number 1, your best friend or your right-hand man is next to you on the right side, which is the 6. When your best friend is the number 5 or a number greater than 5, your best friend is influencing you to move your number up. So then your number will move up to a 3. Everything in front of you will stay the same. Since we're talking about money, we have to put that $sign there. And everything, your best friend, and everything after your best friend turns into zeros and they roll away. All right. So it's going to cost me about $26.63 to take my trip from Gainesville, Georgia to Valdosta, Georgia.